Good morning and good evening, Whale family, to another episode of Pixelchain Live Art. I'm here with Rob, Levy, and Nightmare joining us this week. Every week, Rob's creating some awesome art with the Pixelchain app at pixelchain.art. You can play along with Rob and create your own Pixelchain creations. And over the next 50 minutes, we'll take some improv suggestions from the community for Rob to roll with. So we've got some leftovers here from last time. We had a monsoon that we decided to roll with, and a magic shield. So I don't think we had any more notes from last time to go with, but
Yeah, I don't know if there was anything pending. I think we were pretty much. I feel like last time was just in like such a zombie state that I was just like, oh, moon soon, all right, well, and we just kept like anything I heard. I think I pretty much just threw out as we were doing it.
How about impending, as in impending doom, because Nightmare is on this stream finally. Finally, gentlemen, as you guys know, I probably geek a little bit too much on pixel art and 8-bit. I actually had to break out my DOS Punk avatar for this one, so I could feel like I'm more in theme. But thank you so much for having me on board. I'm pretty amped. I can't lie, Justin. When I saw you hopping onto these, I was a little bit jelly. Like, let me go on there. And I said, nah, that'll be crowded.
there's always room for one more.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and in true Nightmare fashion, we already had to start the stream late because of me, because I got some takeout and was wolfing down a couple of birria tacos before we started, which were delicious, by the way. But funnily, I was made fun of because I used to say that word, and I mentioned that when I came in the house. They're like, "Hey, remember when you used to say you were woofing down?" Like I used to think it was woof, like a dog. And so, like, to this day, my friends and some people that know me still bust my chops. They're like, "Ah, you're gonna woof that? Like, that's pretty woofy." It's like it's our own little language here.
Yeah, you ready to bark that hot dog?
Yeah. So like me and my friends will be like, "Hey, can you pass that towel? I need to use clean something up that spilled on the floor, or whatever. Which one you want? The woofy towel." Like it became like an adjective.
That's awesome.
And of course, the food of choice has to be either tacos or pizza as well. I didn't expect to see anything else when you responded saying you were eating. So
Yeah, I rotate food groups, but I've been here for 1 minute. I've already digressed everyone into my food stories, as I'm seeing in the chat. So I'll try to chill out and just kind of hang out for the ride.
that's right. Springle said he loves your food stories. So
I have many of them. I'm making them up as we go and continue to eat more stuff. Actually, some of our new mod team tells me some amazing stuff. I can't wait till I can escape some of these quarantine restrictions and venture out and try some of them. I know Ilascavi is down there in like the New York City area. He's got some great mom and pop spots. A lot of them have told me some amazing stuff. Pineapple with his taco trucks. So they're always getting me revved up. I'm trying to eat good, but these guys aren't helping, man.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, you're fitting right in. I feel like talking about food is pretty much 90% what we do here.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm just gonna get cracking. But if anybody has any suggestions on anything we can do to spice this up,
from memory, when we ended last time, we were working on that shadow in the background that was apparently me. With an indecisive face because the one before made me look evil and angry. So
yeah, I didn't want to make that decision for you.
Is that like a fireball for your heart? What am I looking at there, Justin?
yeah, there was I think there was a dark void before where we were going to stick something in, and so we've filled it in with fire instead.
Okay.
It felt fitting.
Plus, in not going to lie, in majority of my recommendations are setting stuff on fire. So
yeah, if that shirt wasn't on fire, this entire forest would probably be on fire. So
yeah,
I think it's for the best for everybody.
So this is a forest being protected by a golden shield?
It is from a moon that's pouring the moon down on the world. So
the moon soon. So you guys predicted this this macro market run up that we're having right now, I guess.
I mean, we did the Burning Man last time, so it's pretty in line.
there should be some splashes coming off the shield, and that's all the gas costs that people are losing with this monsoon that's going on right now in the market. My goodness.
Are we about to coin a new phrase? Monsoon? Is this a new thing?
I like it.
People are giving each month a new name like that at the moment. You had Uptober. What else? Some of the ones I've seen. I'm going to call this month Movember.
November.
What do you
Yeah.
want?
Isn't that the beard mustache thing?
Nah, that's Movember. This is
not for me.
Movember.
Not for me because I already have one, so it's Movember for me.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I debated hopping on my cam for this, which would be a first. I don't think I've ever done a whale stream on cam, but I didn't want to scare the public. Halloween's over, so I'd stick with the avatar at least until I get my my little animated avatar rolling, which is in the works.
I mean, yeah, dude. I'm what was I gonna say? I just totally blanked.
I know you're gonna say not everybody has the rock star looks like me, and you are correct,
dude,
Rob.
There you go. I was literally gonna say the exact opposite. I was gonna be like, yeah, and I'm sitting here putting everybody through this misery of staring at me.
No, people are here because they're fans of your work.
That's so funny. Thank you for that. Literally was exactly what I needed to remind me. That was awesome.
Mylene said she doesn't mind Nightmare, or I don't know if that was maybe directed at Rob.
I'll pretend like it was to me. I'll take it.
I think it for sure.
We'll go for both.
Hold on 1 second. I just gotta buzz somebody in real quick.
People are throwing virtual flowers at Rob all the time.
And yes, Mongoose, Nightmare has a new avatar who's rocking his DOS glitch punk.
Yes, that is correct. Especially we're doing pixel art. I found it appropriate. Although I do love my DOS punk. I have it on my Discord and my Twitter now. I think you guys have heard me talk about it enough, but it does look pretty cool up there. Definitely more interesting than just my old end symbol.
I feel like I'm missing something with the NFT. Should I be familiar with what it is?
No, I mean, there's all these different enclaves and of profile pics and people's interests. And I think I was talking. Who was I talking to? I was talking to the people from Warp Sound, who they're doing like a generative music AI meets generative art project. And for a lot of people, profile pics are kind of social flagging. Like I'm part of this community, or I support this or that. I mean, of course, some people just like to flex because they got a dope Dizzy Dragon, but some people are like, Dizzy Dragon's my community. You know what I mean? That represents what I'm about. And so,
Totally.
I'm a big fan. I've been a big fan of glitch art and counterculture and a lot of the things that the artists that are involved in it represent. And so Max Capacity had this DOS Punks derivative project, and it was the first kind of punks derivative that I was interested in from that perspective, and wanted to scoop one when I've been eyeballing it and the prices were crazy, but I saw one that I was like, that dude's got goggles, he's got the crazy hair, alien skin, that's mine, or zombie skin. So anyway, so yeah, I just dug it, and I'm rocking it for the foreseeable future until I decide to flex something else, maybe my new avatar I get made up.
Sick. So it's like an older project. It wasn't something that like just minted or anything.
No, it was just minted. So you obviously you know CryptoPunks, right? And so there's been a lot of derivatives of it.
Oh yeah.
And so Max Capacity is an artist that works in glitch and what I guess some people would categorize as trash art, kind of repurposing some different existing art. It's a little bit more counterculture. It's a little bit more, I'll let you get your own inferences of it. But I thought it was really cool because I'm a fan of 8-bit glitch, deconstructive art, retro tech, all that kind of stuff. So to me, it was like, this is dope. This is one I would want to grab. And also, I like being part of that movement and supporting that art. So here I am.
Damn, that's sick.
Yeah, Max's stuff is pretty cool. Like he does a lot of cool stuff with like old VHS technology. Like he'll literally like line in old VCRs and different tapes and then manipulate it and stuff. So it's interesting stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. That reminds me of the stuff that it's been so long. I saw Mongoose. You were in here. What's up, dude? This reminds me of the stuff they used to send me with that artist and all his. It's like a lot of like analog music that we used to talk about way back when. Yeah, just remind me of it. I really like that. Just kind of repurposing of arts in any way.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like just like music producing in general. Like I saw Brian Wilson pretty recently, and I mean he's just like one of my like all time. I think he's one of the all time great producers, and yeah, just kind of what he did with just like taking random things and using that to make songs is just yeah, just all art. I dig all that stuff.
Yeah, so my mini knight, he's 8 years old now, but he's pretty heavy into the arts. We sprinkled a bunch of stuff in our house, and we're like, just go at it. Whatever you end up liking is cool. You want to do ballet? Cool. You want to do chess? Cool. You want to pick up this electric guitar? Cool. And he really gravitated towards the arts and music in particular, but also I threw Procreate on his iPad, and he started making glitch art just naturally, right? Because he really liked the different effects that you could do, and then when he could export it as a kind of a time lapse of his work, it basically made like this animation. So he said, let me mess up the effects on purpose and then put in subliminal messages or whatever. So it's pretty cool. He'll randomly airdrop it to my phone, and I get all hyped up because to me it's like it's super dope. I've shared some of it on my Twitter. But he does that, and then he plays around with music, like you're saying, and repurposes it. So he has this he has a couple apps that are basically like sound bank drum pads. So you choose the different sounds you want and then the speed, and then like he hits them and kind of manipulates it and it makes a new song, whatever. And the other day he's like, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make my art, name it, and then create the soundtrack to it, and we could put it together. I was like, my mind's blown over here. I'm like, that's so dope. So, and that's just naturally how he's been progressing through it.
That's sick. All right, so he's on to something.
Yeah, he's much more talented than me, that's for sure. Someone was asking in the chat, Mongoose, how I'm working on my animated avatar. There's still some questions about how exactly we're going to go about doing it. I mean, when I say it's in process, I mean kind of the planning stages and kind of moving forward, because I really haven't decided on exactly what should be the key representative avatar for me, right? So there's a lot of different things to mull over. I have some existing PFPs or NFTs that I really like. I also have some that I could choose. I have my eyes on, and I have artist friends like Rob, and I could be like, "Hey, make me something," and then we're gonna animate it, because I think it would be a lot more interesting to see me up here talking a la Whale Shark than just what you're seeing now. Although my DOS Punk is pretty dope, but it's static. We want to see movement. We want to see that rock star aesthetic like Rob.
Oh, we can definitely whip something up, dude. Give me a holler anytime. Especially after this weekend, once we get Demons out, then I'll be way more down to do anything.
Yes, and I was able to score my what is it, the shard or whatever. I was able to get it when gas was down the other day, thankfully.
Oh shit, awesome, dude. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that.
Did I miss what people were getting when gas was high? I know there was a cutoff for some sort of bonus for people that claimed before a certain date. Has that been announced? Or?
Yeah, the date was for the like the cutoff was by the last date that it was supposed to be revealed before we delayed it. So anybody that claimed prior to last Sunday will be getting the airdropped gift.
Okay, so the actual gift hasn't been announced.
Oh no, we did announce it. It's in the Discord, and yeah, it's gonna be. I can actually post it in here also. It's gonna be a original drawing. We're gonna do like a nice high res scan of this picture that our character designer Buck Lewis drew. This was like kind of part of our creative process when designing the characters, and it was kind of an inside joke that we have had kind of between us the whole time. So we thought it'd be a fun kind of thing to do as this giveaway of kind of giving a piece of original art in this kind of limited capacity. And also it's very tongue-in-cheek and applicable to what's been happening with the delays. So y'all see what I mean in 2 seconds. I'm just looking for it. I'm going to post it in here. This is a quick screenshot.
I caught a Twitter Spaces that Benjamin hopped on, I think talking about NFT NYC, And at the time, when gas was still crazy, one of the things he mentioned is like, yeah, it's been cool to get the Flow sponsored Ubers or whatever, but he had still spent a lot on Ubers. And he's like, yeah, I spent about a free mint, worth because it was like $500, right? So that's how much gas would have cost at the time for a free mint, $500 for the transaction.
God damn. Yeah, man. These are crazy
Yeah,
times.
it's free with a giant capital asterisk.
It's free.
And I claimed my shard as well. I was a little bit disappointed when I claimed it though. It's I got number 667, and I was like, oh, so
Oh,
close to
oh.
what would have been a perfect number. So I had to go and throw up an offer for the person that got before me, but they didn't accept it. So
Oh no. Dude, that I was literally heartbroken when he sent me that. And I haven't heard too much wind because I've been sort of head down just working. So I haven't like been able to spend too much time in the Discord, but I have caught wind that there was talk on the block that people were like looking for that 666 spot. So I imagine
yeah.
somebody was waiting to snipe that if possible. Like I don't know, it's
Uh,
crazy. People are
I'm
so
not
cool.
sure. The person that got it was claimed a few at the same time,
Oh,
but and also didn't pay an exorbitant amount of gas to make sure that they were going to sit there and get that. So yeah, I think it was just luck of the draw for them.
oh, awesome. That's even cooler then. Dope.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? Now that you say that, I'm 773. God damn it.
A
So close,
I
yet
don't
so
know that
far.
many. So y'all are beating me.
Just so you know, Justin, if someone's harassing you in there's multiple nightmares in that server. It's not me.
in the Dizzy server.
Yes, yes. I've seen some confusion when someone was like, uh, who has the Hades pixel myth? And they were like, oh, it's Nightmare. And then this guy's popping up like, it's not me. And Rob was like, yeah, this is the dude you're looking for. So
Oh, that nightmare. That's my that's like one of my like homies like OG high school like in real life friends. So that was even funny.
obviously a dude with good taste.
Yeah, no, Nightmare has been his like any like pickup team or any like the softball team, any team that he was ever captain of, like was always Nightmare. So that's been his MO for life pretty much. So when
Yes, I think I like if I had to put a timeline on me, it would be 92.
oh damn, all right, so you were Nightmare before he was Nightmare.
Well, listen, there's room for plenty of nightmares.
Is there though? I don't need too many nightmares. I got enough demons in my life as it is.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about it because I'm all about you know, going to the dark side and being representative of the chaotic forces in games or gaming. And there's some cool gamification it looks like coming with the different tiers. So we're hyped up about it, man.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, no, I'm so like just excited and I don't really know what the right words would be. I just feel like we're kind of like the dream is coming true. Like I mean pretty much the most validating thing that has been the most exciting was the fact that like we onboarded this character designer, this guy by the name of Buck Lewis, who is like a freaking animation like OG. Just worked on Disney films, DreamWorks, like just everything. Yeah, like Ratatouille, Kung Fu Panda, Treasure Planet, Cars. He's touched like so many incredible like just properties, and I've been working with him like super closely, just on a daily basis, and talk on the phone every couple days, and just developing the characters for the demons, and like what they would look like, has been just, yeah, it's been a dream come true. It's been like really wild, and just as far as like building a world or building like like an IP through NFTs, I'm just like, yeah, I just think this is what it should be. Like the fact that, we're building this out through this NFT way, but we were able to attract this kind of talent, and not just attract him because like he wants money or anything. Like he is like sincerely geeking out this entire time and working crazy hours and sending me stuff. Like we were going back and forth till 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday. I'm doing pixel tweaks. He's like doing last minute pencil sketch tweaks. The mainly like the stuff that we're really going back and forth with, last minute stuff, because we basically just we've had the brawlers and the minions designed for a while now, which are like the two base models that the majority of the collection will be, but we wanted to do what we're calling the commanders, which are like the top tier demons, which like if we were going to do a video game, they would be the bosses of each level kind of thing, or this was a movie, they would definitely be all voiced by a significant actor kind of thing, if they have voices at all. And that character design process has just been like ever evolving. And I mean, I know that once we release the collection, like that's just this iteration of those characters. Like I'm sure he's gonna mock up something in a week with like an extra like belt on something and be like, oh dude, like what do you think about this?
Right.
Been our relationship the whole time.
I'm interested in that because coming from that background, I don't know if do you do sketches and then translate it into pixel art? Because to me, someone that doesn't create anything in pixel art, it almost seems daunting to have to take something that could be, I don't know, so smooth and more traditional lines and whatnot and make it in a pixel form. Is that a challenge or is that something that's pretty easy?
I mean, I would imagine it's a challenge just because of the nature of it, but like that's kind of how I came up in pixel art, was like through the kind of Han Solo series, and I learned a lot of like illustration just through referencing that comic book, which was traditional illustration, and just referencing and like anything that really wasn't pixel related. I really didn't look too much at pixel art. So like when I think about making stuff, I honestly do feel more comfortable having a real life kind of like reference to pull from, or a more 3D reference to pull from, that I can like kind of dumb it down and simplify it, and like take what I think needs to be there, like to be translated in this kind of little form, and see like what kind of things, like we're saying like a belt or something, if there's like an extra strap on an arm, like he'll send me a pencil sketch and these things are just decked out, and I'm like, all right, I'll get what I can on there, and like it's always better to have more than less, because like again, I can just take that and just try to get the general like essence of the character, and that like I mean, I'm pretty confident in my ability to do that generally, and like just working with him has been extremely validating, because like I'll send it, like he sends me these sketches that I'm blown away by, and then I'll send him my pixel version, and he just like sends me a GIF like freaking out, and we're both just like two kids in a candy store. Like he's just we're just riffing, and like I'll send him something that'll make him think of something else, and it's just been ever evolving since we've been cooking. So,
yeah, maybe he'll get in the kitchen and chef up some pixel art himself.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome. I would love that. I don't know if he has the time, if he has the time for that, but that would be so dope. But yeah, we're definitely like we have talked about everything, and we haven't talked about specifics, but like we've already kind of talked like, oh my god, there's so much we can do like after this. Like we just we gotta talk to like this guy, and like I know like my friend, I mean, yeah, I don't want to name drop, but he's been working in the industry for many years, so like he has friends that are still like working on really cool things, and he's been showing them what we've been doing with demons, and there's a lot of people that kind of want to come play with what we're doing, so it's just it's been, again, just like everything that, like, if I wasn't working in the NFT space, if this had nothing to do with NFTs, it would still be exactly what I want to do, like, and beyond that,
Yeah, I don't doubt that at some point it's going to go the other way. And some of those people will say, hey, look what's going on with this Dizzy Dragon IP. Let's get them involved in what we are doing. And, some of this ends up in some of these animations or Hollywood or whatever, right? But that's down the line. We're building up to there. But one thing
Is
that
it down the line? I mean, there's some people that are going, "Hey, I really like what you're doing. Can you do a music video for us?" And that's just the start of big things.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, hey, down the line, around the block, wherever it's at.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the dragons themselves. Like someone's gonna, someone could own a dragon and they're like, hey, we're gonna put these dragons into this, whatever cartoon we're making or this animated feature or a game or whatever, who knows? But what I do know, and I'm already going down too far down the path, down the rabbit hole here. But one thing that I like about your project is obviously you are an absolute superstar in pixel art and art in general and what you do. Um, but Ben really is one of us, right? He's someone that participates in the ecosystem, comes from it, and really understands the nuance of it. So as far as utility and driving it afterwards, you are one of the projects that I would say has the highest prospect of things really evolving afterwards, of all of them that are out there in the space. So I think you have a potent mix that's really braced for success.
Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like we've got a really awesome team around us. And I've fortunately, been working in the NFT space for a while. Also, freaking made awesome connections here with you guys. And I have a lot of friends that yeah, I'm just looking forward to doing more collaborations and yeah, just more like cross community stuff. Especially because I feel like when things are kind of slow market wise, like it's really easy for everybody to be happy when everybody's doing a free mint and then cashing out, and uh, good times for everybody. But I think kind of what we're learning now is when that's not the case, it's what are we really, like, I don't know, what are you really offering, and what, why are people gonna come hang out here, and like what are we really trying to do. So I've already been having some conversations with some friends that I've worked with in the space that have other collections, about doing a lot of kind of cross world, I guess maybe like yeah, actually I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah,
See, we're slowly pulling the alpha out of you. I came here and I'm already a problem. So
oh,
it's
dude,
kind of
please,
Nah,
please.
this is half of what we do. It's
okay.
alpha leaks.
The other thing is usually I'm so like prepared and ready for my other interviews. It's a real process for me. I used to like to hit this and be like the off the cuff guy right in the chat trolling. So I got to find my way to try to balance that out a little bit and not let too much of it go away. But by the same token, not too much of it leak onto here because I do have to maintain a level of decorum.
No, I mean,
Nah, you're among friends here, Nightmare. You can let your hair down.
No, okay. Let my pink hair over my goggles obscure my vision onto my green skin.
Yep, let it all out.
I don't know what I'm doing with this. Have we got any other suggestions? I've just been kind of like
No,
as much as we can.
yeah, I mean you've added some of the extra splashing and things like that to the barrier there,
Should
but I
something
haven't seen
be
any other prompts.
should something be in the middle of the stream that's coming down or not?
Like what are you thinking?
I don't know. Let's see what the community have. Someone said a flying sword.
Flying sword. I mean, that would fit with the shield.
An old space capsule left by the first people that went to the moon.
How are you gonna draw a capsule? Like a pill capsule?
We could do like a pink dot.
Yeah, we could definitely go to pick that. I was gonna say, do we do like a rock?
Nightmare doesn't know about the pink dot. Oh, actually, no, he joins in the streams. He might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That pink dot. I was gonna say, do we want to do like a rocket, like headed to the moon as it's getting destroyed, or I don't know. We have a little space here. I mean, yeah.
I see what you've done there with that pun. A little space there.
Oh, I didn't even do that. You did that, you freaking genius.
Oh man. I can't cringe in the background. I have to listen to it.
Oh, what do you mean? I thought you're here talking about you being a dad. You should be accustomed to these kind of.
Hey, you should
I
be
am,
taking
I am.
notes, Nightmare.
Yeah, no, I am. I really play it up too. I'm super embarrassing to my family. Like my favorite time to break out all the stops of my dad joke moments are like the checkout line because there's no escape for anybody, not the people
Oh
bringing
no,
us up, not from my family. I let it all out then.
that's it. It's that, and
Are
it's like when
you
you're at a dinner table, when you're like out at a restaurant. That's it.
Oh yeah,
are
yeah.
you
When
the
the
one at
waitresses and
the
waiters come.
are you the one at the checkout that when something's not scanning, you're like, oh, I guess that means it's free.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I'm more clever than that, but yeah, that's what I'm always making jokes and trying to be as corny as possible.
I'm all about the cheese. 100%.
Justin, is that your house or Rob, is that you? The party going on.
Oh, that's the party in my freaking backyard that never ends.
Excellent.
Ah, the joys of living in New York.
It's the worst. And it's every day too, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Lively now.
every day. They love to party. People love to drink.
When I got my first apartment, I took like a year hiatus after high school, before college. I had started a business my senior year. A lot of stuff that was going on at home, but I ended up being really successful. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on this for a little bit before I go back to school. But I had a spot with a roommate. It was my best friend since childhood, and we were right adjacent to a college campus. And so we were like,
Yeah.
all these parties are popping off. We're like, let's just stroll over and just like participate. So this was like this prestigious private college. We were there so much over the next few years that they thought we went there. Like we could go into the mess hall, like we could go to the student center. It didn't
What?
matter. And then they had their senior week, and like we went all the trips with them, wearing all their yearbook photos.
That's amazing.
So you should stroll outside, just fill your glass with something. And I don't know what's going on, but you can hop right in, enjoy it.
I'm sure I could, especially like give it another. What it's only 8 o'clock now. Give it another, couple hours. Just walk out there, and be like, "Oh, wait, what's up, Johnny?"
Now on the flip side, I had someone that used to do that to me and my friends. Like we would throw parties at different locations in my city, like totally like far away, and inevitably, like we were only like 19, 20. Inevitably at some point pretty late, like 2 or 3 hours in, when everybody's not in the best condition, this Spanish couple shows up, and they put on merengue and start dancing, and they have like a case of corona. No one knew these people. No one knows these people, and they were like older. They were like 10 years older than us. And, but we were like, "Hey, we're down to party, but who are you, and how do you keep showing up to all these events?" No one knew them.
Fuck, that's hilarious.
Mongoose wanted to know if the rocket was a doggo rocket. So I don't know if you've got the challenge now of trying to fit a Doge or a Shiba or something like that into 5 pixels.
Like riding it, like on top.
I don't know, Mongoose. Is riding it on top, or is it a label, like a sticker on the side of a rocket?
I mean, for dramatic effect, probably riding it would be cool, but I don't know if we could fit it on there. Oh, there we go.
Mongoose has said a tan pixel and a red pixel.
Let's see if I can do any better than that.
I mean, when I think of the Doge Rock, I think of this one that has been around for ages.
He's very specific here, an Akita Inu.
The Akita, where is it? Let's see if I can
I'm not familiar with that one. That's
think at all. All right, in my head, it's an Akita.
Mongoose linked the last one that we did with Space Ghost with the dog in there sharing a joint. So that's where the tan pixel and the red pixel came from.
The tan.
It's in stream text,
Oh, I see you.
and they were all sharing joints or having a joint together.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I like that. That's actually a way better idea. Thanks, dude. That's why this is a collaboration, you know? Got 10. Go. The red's the scarf.
So I know that dog coins are a big thing at the moment, and all the meme knockoffs. Is Akita Inu, is that another coin that I've missed? Or?
You ready to jump in, Justin?
Well, Mongoose has said it's think of Shiba, but 10x. So that sounds like financial advice there.
Strap me in.
I like the analogy. Like I took it at face value at first, but the Akita Inu were used to hunt bears. I get it. I see what you did there.
Yes, no bears allowed.
By the way,
Movember needs all bulls.
Justin, maybe you could help me with this riddle that DC gave me earlier today.
42.
Yeah, that might be the answer. Maybe you can make sense of this for me, since we're talking about alternative coins or something to that effect. He said, by the way, if you want to get into Axie, I would throw some ETH onto Ronin and use the swap to grab some SLP to drop into the SLP pool and farm Ronin.
Yep, they've just launched a DEX on their chain. So part of that is part of that is to farm their new Ronin token that will be used for gas. So
I feel like you can kind of imagine that being a dog with a red scarf, right?
I'm with it.
I have to change that color to not mess with that. What do we do?
yeah, so not content with swapping the ETH gas of $100 or so for AXS. We'll soon be paying Ronin for gas as well. So
Isn't there free like transactions with Ronin or
at the
something like
moment
that?
there
Yeah.
is. I don't know that that's going to continue, and for how long. I imagine as Axie grows and as the network starts to take more onto it, they'll be losing that free transactions. I mean, once upon a time, Ethereum had free transactions. So
Yeah. Rob, do you play any blockchain games?
Do I play any blockchain games? I guess that's a no.
Have you been approached to work on any or make any?
Not like seriously. I mean, I've gotten like kind of like independent inquiries from people wanting to do things, but not like from like a corporate level or anything.
Interesting.
Yep, definitely open to it. Yeah, definitely want to do some kind of gaming stuff with Dizzy Dragons eventually. I don't know how integrated that will all be because I know nothing about like blockchain gaming and what that all even requires. I'm still trying to get my head around the sandbox and all I can do with that.
Yeah, I talked with an animator from Disney Studios and ILM and stuff, and he's really interested in the blockchain space, and he's just been experimenting, right? Like creating what he would call gaming assets to be used almost like a traditional RPG board game, right? Like you have the characters and they have stats and attributes, and then for right now you could just use that in kind of a personable level, but who knows what integrations down the road could come, So just meaning that there's other ways to do it besides having to literally make the game with the animation and whatnot. But that being said, with the way that you design, that would be super dope.
I guess that's what Loot were doing as well, trying to make some sort of potential future game use case with their Loot for Adventurer cards, and it's just left for people to fill in the gaps. But I guess that's the good thing as well in the space is there's so much experimenting going on that people can just try things. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's not necessarily a lot lost, and it can be things from creating a 8-bit game that feels very that kind of leverages off what you're doing now and tries to run entirely on chain, or it can be like some of the AAA titles that are in the works that are just taking on the traditional gaming space head on, but with some sense of ownership.
Have you guys played any games recently? I have not had the time,
No, I
unfortunately.
haven't either.
But I did buy New World and just haven't done anything with it.
What's New World?
You bought what?
It's an MMORPG from Amazon called New World. It's kind of a reimagining of, the colonial times of the Americas, I guess. But it's kind of a new paradigm, right? It's like future tech meets retro with conquistadors. It's hard to explain, but it looked cool. But I just haven't had the time to do anything with it.
You said that's Amazon, like the
Yeah, Amazon Studios, I believe.
I didn't even know they were. I knew they were like getting into gaming and doing kind of that like streaming platform, but I didn't know they were like a game studio in full developments and stuff.
Yeah, it had, like a lot of these do. It had a history where they kind of had to pivot from what they had intended, and it came out a little bit different. So some people aren't happy with that. But I have an old gaming crew who they just ping me on Discord all the time. Like, are you ever coming back? Because I've just spent, once I went down the rabbit hole of NFTs, they haven't seen me really since. But if you do happen to see me on Discord and it says under like playing X, then that was a rare moment where I was able to find it. Because for me, gaming's always been kind of my wind down time, kind of my zen, right? Like, some people in my family, they like to watch TV, or people really zone out with music. For me, that was a way to unplug and just do something mindless, not mindless, but something that wasn't with the same pressures and objectives of some of my other stuff. So yeah, I probably should, for my own mental health, get back into something, at least some of these roguelites that I can just pick up for 20-30 minutes and then put down.
Yeah, man, I got the closest I got to video games in the recent past was I fell down a rabbit hole and watched I'm not exaggerating, it was like a 3.5 hour documentary about the Hobbit speed runs. There's like a GameCube, the Hobbit game that came out, or I think it was GameCube, some old Hobbit game that apparently has this huge resurgence now with people just speed running it. And there was a 3.5 hour documentary, and I was like, all right, if someone wanted to make this, felt it was necessary to make this, like, I'm gonna give it a shot and watch it. And so like I still like to kind of, I don't know, like I feel that and kind of like go to that happy place of just like kind of video games and all that stuff. I grew up on video games. I played World of Warcraft for way too many years, so I definitely did my time in the metaverse in that way. And now it's really just me watching other people is how I pretty much know anything.
Okay, so now, like, based on what we know about Rob, we have to guess what class he played. So I want to see some guesses in the chat. Like, racing class for Rob. Don't say anything. We got to try to guess.
I like it. I don't know if I've ever said it. I hope I haven't.
I don't know. I'm going to go human paladin.
I'm going to keep a poker face until the end.
Huh. Well, you know what? I always play a DPS because I just I have the attention span of a rabbit, so I'll just suddenly run off from the group and pull everything. But I'm affected with the deeps. Rob doesn't strike me that way. It'd be a little bit more cerebral.
So you were a rogue man back in the day?
Yeah, well, it depends what game. Not less rogue. I was often a hunter or saboteur or an engineer. Support DPS because I like throwing up turrets or having a pet or whatever as well. Like that, I enjoyed that part of it. But not so much just going around stealthing and trying to get one backstab with poison. Like that's cool, but that's not my main.
I used to like playing as a hunter. With high latency being all the way in Australia, that it was good to be able to, if you're doing something solo, have a beast that would sit there and help, kind of act as a tank for you, and then just lay out the DPS on everything.
I want to like talk about this with you
guys. Did anyone actually like the trolls because they had that faux Jamaican accent? Like that was the worst starting area. My goodness.
The trolls? Oh my
Yes, they sound like a horrible, Jamaican caricature.
god. Yo, seriously. And yeah, that was definitely, I feel like, the lamest starting area. I definitely I did my time on all of them. But yeah, my the first character I made was a night elf hunter. All about that.
Oh
Ooh.
wow! So I
Not,
talked
not,
myself out of it.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to be Night Elf Hunter because I had the pet that could stealth, and I was always envious of
Ooh.
Night Elves being able to stealth, but I was an orc because I was on the Horde, so I was always envious of that. I got some engineering so I could do some invisibility potions or invisibility cloak. I can't remember what it was. But that kind of got nerfed as time went on and started to get very limited. So
Yeah, I never messed with the horde too much. And Justin, your first guess was my second character, which was a human paladin. So that was pretty spot on.
Wow, I would have been off if I even got to it. My guess, I was still working on it. I was thinking going down magic a little bit, but I was way off.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I made a mage at some point. Like, I definitely liked messing around with mages, but I mean, the hunter, I just liked having a pet, and I'm a big like bow and arrow kind of dude. Like, always liked
Yeah,
elf for that reason.
you just didn't strike me as drow, but whatever. Maybe I'm
As
wrong.
what? What was that?
As a a dark elf.
Oh, word. Yeah, no, dude. Fuck Magic the Gathering. That's where my elf days started. I still have my elf deck. All right.
Well, I forgot what NFTs we were looking at. I was interviewing someone not long ago, and I think it was Huck Wirtz, who's the other artist I referenced, and saying I can see a lot of influence here from the Tauren, actually, because a lot of his stuff has kind of a bovine kind of caricaturization on his characters.
Oh, the Tauren. Oh, dope. I always forget about them. The like minotaurs, right?
Yeah, and even though they were horde, they were kind of
They're
Oh
like,
wait, were they horde? Jesus, I haven't played that in a
yeah.
long time.
yeah, they were Horde.
Yeah, so even though they were horde, they were kind of I felt like they were kind of almost neutral, right? They lean more neutral than some of the other. My brother's big into Warcraft. He texts me all the time with like he'll just randomly text me something and say, Arthas, blah 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 blah. Like he's way into the lore, way more than I am.
What did you think about the movie?
I actually saw it with my brother. Now, mind you, my brother's in his 20s now, so it's not like I took him when he was a kid, and he was still disappointed in it. He was like, "There's so much lore that they just kind of skipped over to get to the action scenes that it kind of guts it of any kind of emotional weight."
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it yet. I heard a lot of people were disappointed with it and just saying don't bother watching it. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just live with the fond memories that I have of it rather than watching it butchered before my eyes.
Yeah, and they went heavy on the Christ kind of correlation with Thrall, but some of the other stuff was just like it just assumed you knew, because I watched it later on with like some other people, and they were like, "What is going on here?"
Oh, that's pretty much what I was just thinking looking back at this picture. But I think it's done. I don't know what exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could put in there.
We got a full canvas.
There's one pink pixel missing.
Oh, there is. Good call. Where's my colors?
So Justin, this is your household's suggestion on the shield. What is the magical property of the shield? Because I'm seeing some aura around it.
I don't know. I remember that there was a request for a magic shield, but I'm not sure what sort of. I think he did specify what it was, but yeah, what was the magic shield? What was it made of? Gold.
Gold, of course.
Yeah, but what's the
Yeah.
magical property? You got to go get that input.
Yeah, I was asking.
The magical property is monsoon prevention, uh, weather reflective.
It had magic.
It's magical.
That's what I got.
That's how far we got.
It's
Okay,
magic. So
then we roll with
Hey.
it. We roll with it.
It's the magical shield,
6-year-old. It's I think to be expected that he's not as deep as some of us have been into the into that magical space and stats and traits and all that sort of thing. So
Well, it's one or the other. They either bless us by keeping it simple, or they'll blow our minds. Like it has anti-sandwich crust properties or something. You never know what you're gonna get.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Actually, now that you mention that, that could have been something as well. I mean, we could have had it. Yeah, could have had something like an anti-pineapple property or something that just deflects
Hey,
pineapple.
time to move on.
There you go.
This needs to be finalized before you do some disparaging things to my food of choice here, Justin. I'm not gonna come on here if I'm gonna be abused. My goodness.
I'm with you on the pineapple and pizza there.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes.
I don't know. If I come to New York, I'll let you show me what a real New York pizza is, Rob, and I'll compare it to that.
Oh, please. I will hook you up for sure. Some good New York pizza. Do we want to come up with a name for us now? Should we wait till next week?
Yeah, I think now's as good as any.
Let's rock.
If people have any ideas for names, they can throw them up in the stream text now.
Yeah, let's nail this, and we can start fresh next time with a nice, fresh, clean slate.
Damn. This little doggy's on a mission to go save the fucking world. Gotta stop this monsoon from happening.
Justin, what are you doing there, by the way?
What do you mean?
Like in this picture, like
I had no idea that wasn't my prompt to put that in there. My prompt was fire, so I think it was Mylene that requested that.
I was gonna say, in my eyes, he was always the one that threw the shield. So he's like the Captain America here, but like the dark elf Captain America, clearly.
Yeah, those are some pointy ears. You kind of smirking like you like the chaos. You like that the conflicts happen.
Chaos is my middle name. Mongo said, Justin just standing there looking hot. I've got that flame in my heart. Maybe they just love watching this chaos unfolding.
Got a lot going on. Got this little disaster scene. We got this dude back here. We got this dude on a mission. What do we call it all? I mean, I think Moonsoon has to be in there for sure in some way.
Oh, I haven't had any suggestions involving the word or a title yet. So
Moonsoon. What else did we say? Chaos, fire, hot. We got a doggo.
Moonsoon.
let me see if I can get a 6-year-old opinion.
Yes.
I think Moonsoon has a ring to it. It's a little simple for our liking, typically. I feel like we usually have much more complex names.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna survey Mini Night as well. Maybe we'll get some inspo from the little dudes.
Go. I like that.
I'll be right back.
Cool. Moonsoon Inu. That's cool too. All right, so we're good. Thank you guys. Holding it down, as always.
All right, buddy. See this picture right here? This is like a monsoon from the moon coming down, a evil weirdo dude holding a giant shield with fire in his heart, protecting us from stuff, and a dog on a rocket going to the moon. So we need to name this. What do you think this should be named?
Insanity.
Insanity?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put that as part of it. Any other words, or that's it? That's it. Thanks, dude.
I mean, you could have Moonsoon Insanity. I asked my son, and he's definitely my son and has heard that a lot. I asked him, what would you name it? He said, Bob.
No. That's awesome.
Oh, Cam suggested Moon Sanity.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Moon moon sanity, but then we lose the moon soon part.
Yeah.
I kind of, is this too stupid? Bob's moon soon insanity?
I mean, I just take out the the Bob Percy, but it's one of the default names that I use for. I mean, those with kids will probably know that kids ask impossible questions when you're driving along because they're bored and their attention span is waning, and they're like, "Oh, who's in that car there?" And my daughter used to be saying that all the time. So my default option was Steve, and eventually she clued on to that I was just saying Steve all the time. So then I started using Bob.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That's a good standard one. Bob. I mean, Steve's good too, but Steve's my dad's name, so I wouldn't use that.
There's like tongue twisters of derivatives of moon sanity, moon soonity. I can't even pronounce it.
Moon soonanity?
Yeah, Moonsoonity.
Moon soonanity. Bubble monsoon trouble.
I can go with moon soonanity. I don't know what it
I
means.
like having Moonsoon in there because you've got the dog on the rocket, which is
Yeah, no,
kind
I
of
think that's good.
parallels to people sitting there and saying when moon. So it's saying moon soon. Maybe we should throw TM in there too, and as well as the just playing on the spelling mistake that was monsoon that became moonsoon. So
we're gonna trademark that. Is that where we're putting the
so
TM?
moonsoonanity TM.
I'm with it. I think this is another one for the history books.
Wow,
That
I feel
seems
pretty
like
proud
it.
of this name. I feel like it really came together.
Yeah.
It always does. I trust you guys. One way or
Oh,
another.
that's a mistake.
Hey, you haven't steered me wrong yet.
I will give you some woofy advice eventually. Trust me. All right. So I think we're good. So you guys talk me through what's the process now.
Now we wait for gas to not be insane because right now, when I checked earlier, it was in the 300s. What's it at now? Oh, it's a little more reasonable now, down to 125.
So we'll wait for gas and then
Not reasonable.
mint it, and we'll take it from there. And then next time we get to start with fresh prompts, right?
Yeah, entirely fresh prompts. So
Cool.
yeah, I mean, in the past we've kind of done some lazy minting, just put in a low mint price and left it for a day or 5 or whatever it takes to hit that target price. A couple of days ago it was getting down as low as 75. So I don't know, maybe we can get it minted in there, unless the next week of all-time highs that people are calling for just continues to make gas an all-time high too. So.
And then I guess we can figure out, we can do the giveaway next week. So whoever was here, we'll have a little special intel next week.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll follow the same process as always.
But there's some good alts coming up. Gas Sanity, Fuel Soon. These guys are creative. Yeah. Or who knows? Maybe we'll have to start a Polygon collection.
Yeah, I'm literally, that runs through my head once a day. Just like, well, what are we doing here, guys?
Right.
But yeah,
all right, well,
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been a pleasure as always to have you, and welcome Nightmare to your first Pixelchain with Rob.
Yeah, hopefully I've earned the right to stick around a couple of times, but I think this is really cool that we do this, and I think there's some different things we could do to to experiment and chop it up a little bit, Rob. And we could talk more about it next time, but there could be some, audience draw along. We could do some, dual watch of some things being created. We could do, some different things. So open to experimenting, and maybe we'll throw up some of our new people on here, put them on the hot seat. You guys can make them uncomfortable.
We often have some people drawing along. Mylone's often drawing along, but I wasn't able to convince her to come up and put her work up on stream at the same time. So,
well, I mean, yeah. So if you want to laugh, I could try to draw along as well. You could go back and forth and see the monstrosity that evolves. But we'll try to figure it out. Maybe we can do dual screens somehow, and we can see both. There's some different cool stuff that we could do. So looking forward to seeing what the iterations are moving forward. And Rob, thanks for hanging with us. We always love to have you in our whale community.
Oh, thank you. And then also, like, just to do a little marketing, as I'm so bad at, We're gonna have. I was bragging about our amazing character designer Buck Lewis. We're gonna do a little like meet and greet interview introduction on our Discord this weekend, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be just like super casual. I'm gonna be kind of moderating the interview, and me and him at this point are pretty tight. So I'm hoping we can just kind of do a really nice just hangout session and take some questions and kind of just geek out about what we've been doing. So if anyone's free and wants to come hang out, it'll be in our Dizzy Dragons Discord at 1 p.m. Eastern Saturday.
Have you got
Super
a
dope.
vanity URL for it?
Yeah, we do. It's what is discord.gg/Dizzy Dragons, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, because it doesn't show when I go up to the invite area. So you might need to set that vanity as a default invite.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm learning. Appreciate
That's
it.
super dope. Are you guys pretty much done with the artwork on the demons, or can I go in there on Saturday and campaign heavy to get some stuff added?
No, yeah, no. Unfortunately, I mean, if you do, you're gonna give me things to lose sleep over. So,
Okay.
I'm totally joking. Please, if there's anything you're like, oh man, it would have been so cool if this. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that like, or not a lot of things, but there's definitely several things that like we heard from the community, or I heard from friends also that like, oh, it would have been so cool if you did this, and we didn't do it for Dizzy Dragons. So
Yeah,
I
but
get
you know what? This
that.
this thing continues to evolve with you guys. You keep taking next steps. So it's just something in the arsenal for whatever the next iteration is. Because that doesn't. You guys have so much momentum. So many people love the project. I'm sure a lot of people will tune in on Saturday. I am sure that this is not going to be the last thing that you do with this project. So it can still be good ideas for the coffers. I'm just saying.
No, always, please. I was totally joking. I always want the ideas.
Hey, if you lose sleep over something anyone says, it should be nightmare, right? That's appropriate.
That's what I'm saying. For sure. I've been living the demon life for a while now, so I'm used to it, man.
Cool.
We've got some mixed species talk going on here as well. Dizzy demons breeding with dragons request.
Ooh,
So
that sounds hot. Sorry.
Oh
I
God.
know this is for kids. Sorry, guys. We're so close. Thanks, Mom Goose.
I mean, it's hot. I mean, dragons have fire breath.
Right now, that's what I was laughing at the pun.
The pun. Yeah.
That's what I was laughing at.
Yeah, dude. All about the puns.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for another episode with Rob Levy. And what are we keeping the same name? Justin, take us out. I don't know the right outro.
Yeah. Normally it's have a magical evening, everyone.
Much love.
There you go. Shout out to Heather. Heather, you're with us here in spirit. Good luck in your move.
Miss you, Heather.